Let's talk about grounding and why it's the most fundamental thing to know for the health of your physical body and energy body. Because neither of those work right if you're in an ungrounded state. So just to clarify what I mean by grounding is I'm specifically referring to connecting your electromagnetic field with the earth. Because just like certain electrical equipment needs to be grounded to work properly, so do humans. And pretty much for the same reasons. Because if a strong energy surge comes through and there's no grounding outlet, then the circuits get fried. In humans, the surges come from strong emotions, and the circuits that get fried are your nerves. And that's why it's absolutely essential to maintain a grounded state so you don't fry your nervous system. What happens in your physical body when you come ungrounded is it basically locks you into fight or flight. So the first thing that tenses is your pelvic floor and legs. Then your shoulders get tighter, your breathing gets more shallow, and your thoughts get more scattered. At the very least, everybody in an ungrounded state will be experiencing that. So if you're experiencing that, then you are definitely in an ungrounded state. What happens in your energy body is your energy shoots all up into your upper chakras and way overstimulates them, and those areas control your mental processes. So that's where the brain fog comes in, where it gets hard to focus at the very least. But because all of the energy is going to your higher energy centers, it starts to close off your lower energy centers. And so your energy field ends up looking like a giant tree with a toothpick trunk, because your grounding channels aren't strong enough to support that much energy in your energy field. And if it closes off your grounding channels, then we lose touch with reality and we start to get mental problems. So the longer that it's like that, or the more closed off the grounding channels get, then the worse that the mental problems get. Especially if you've been actively doing things that massively stimulate the higher energy centers, like utilizing or developing psychic abilities or Kundalini activations. If you try to do those things from an ungrounded state, it will inject fear and confusion into whatever you're doing with no anchor to physical reality. And that can absolutely lead to psychotic symptoms if a grounded state is not reestablished. So the first thing to do to start to reverse those is to put yourself in a grounded state. And you can do this by just putting your bare feet on the earth. That's the easiest way to do it if you don't want to think about it. And that's specifically dirt or grass, because rubber and pavement will block the energy flow. Now, you can override that with conscious intent by visualizing light coming out of your feet, or roots coming out of your feet. Is just anything that draws your energy downward, really. My favorite method is to just visualize light coming out of my feet and going as deep into the ground as possible. Because the further down you take it, the more it stretches your energy field and helps to pop open all of the parts of it that have been constricted. And it helps to strengthen the grounding channels a lot faster when you take it deeper into the earth. But if you're on rubber or pavement, it's much easier to come ungrounded if you're not paying attention to it. Another way you can ground your energy is with a grounding mat. So those plug directly into the grounding port of an outlet. And you can buy these online all over the place. Amazon for sure has many varieties to choose from. There's even grounding sheets that you can buy. But having a grounding mat or sheets on your bed while you sleep is a very easy way to strengthen your grounding channels without having to think about it. And as far as I'm concerned, the less that we have to think about it, the better. Because when you're in an ungrounded state, you're already stressed out. And the last thing on your mind is wanting to meditate. Or even if you do want to do that, it's just going to be hard to focus on it. So that's why you just want something that you don't have to think about. If you'd like to learn more about this, I do have multiple free yoga classes where I teach about this, along with other information about the anatomy of the human energy field. Or if you feel like you need something more one-on-one, you can book a massage and energy healing session with me where I will look at your energy field, tell you exactly where it's clogged and why, help clear out those blockages and reestablish the flow. So I'll leave the links to sign up for those things in the description below. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope this helps.